Happy birthday to you. Welcome to the first day of the rest of your life. Every day is your birthday if you choose to celebrate it. Excuse me. Forgot to blow my nose, but just before I started talking, because the run always makes my nose run in the cool, fresh morning air. As we're doing, it's got a little bit of sunshine going on over there. It's fantastic. Good morning, good morning. Happy birthday to you all. Every day is your birthday if you celebrate it. And today we are going to celebrate it with just two people who I don't even really know. So Janet, Gobvu and Adel Anwar. I have no idea where I know you from. Adel looks like you live in New York. Janet looks like you live somewhere in the middle of England. I can't remember exactly where, but looks like we have a few friends in common from the 4N, I think. People. So anyway, let me know how I know you, where I met you, and yeah, what you do. That'd be fantastic. How are you doing, everybody else? But celebrate their birthdays and also your birthday, even if it's not your real birthday, by doing a little breathing exercise to blow out our candles on our cake. I encourage you to do this every day. Do it multiple times through the day. And if you're struggling with something like anxiety and panic attacks, do it consistently do it 5 times in a row. That'd be fantastic. So what we do is we blow out candles on our cake, and then we pretend our fingers are the cake on the candle, the candles on the cake rather, and make a wish, make a positive affirmation for the future, a goal we're deciding we're destined for, something we want to achieve today, some sort of positive law of attraction style thing in the future. Good morning, viewer. How are you? Let me know who you are so I can say hello to you properly. That would be lovely. But we start off by pretending to blow out a candle, like, because that's what we're going to do in a minute. And then we breathe in 5 through our nose. I didn't breathe that far enough, did I? Hold for 5. And then blow out the candles on our cake. Make a wish. And wish happy birthday to Janet and Adele and anybody else who's watching this, either now or in the future on the replay. Give me a hashtag replay, please. If you're watching the replay, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, that's a really useful breathing exercise. It's like breathing into the paper bag. It also gets oxygen into your lungs, oxygen into your brain, alkalines your blood a little bit better as well. It's all good stuff. Right, so the topic of the day today, what we're moving on to is forgiveness. Yes, I can't remember why I actually... Oh, no. I have this really cool system on my phone, and while I'm trying to sort this out, I can't really sort it out, can I? Hold on. Pause for a second. I don't think there's anybody live viewing, so you'll be watching the replay of this, and it'll all be fine. So bear with me a second. Nope, cancel that. Still live. Yes, we're still live. Right, I have this really cool system on my phone, where I have some notes that are floating notes. It's called Floating Notes, actually, the app, on my screen. And there's an archive button at the bottom. So if I drag the notes down a little bit too far, it just drops off and goes into the archive. So then I have to go and retrieve it from the archive again. It's annoying. I wish the archive thing wasn't there, because I'd rather just be able to click on archive the actual notes rather than doing it. But there you go, that's the app, and if you're not paying for it, you can't really complain too much, can you? Anyway, forgiveness. I can't remember what the actual title was I put on this thing, but I think it's I forgive myself for being unlovable, or for believing I was unlovable. That's the thing. So this comes from the Loveability book, which is in the description below. Fantastic book. I recommend everybody reads that book. We are going to talk about the Blinkist book of the day today, which is Excellence, or something like that, and it's all about creating a highlights reel for yourself inside your own head, which is what we teach on the 7-day challenge, which is starting on Sunday. If you're interested in that, that'd be very good. And a couple of Blinkist and a couple of Evan Carmicheal videos. Brendon Buchard, yet again, and Matthew McConaughey, yet again. So they'll come into this thing as we go along. But from the Loveability book, excuse me. I forgive myself for believing I was unlovable. This is all about forgiveness. A lot of the time we think about forgiving other people for things that they've done to us. But in the book it talks very much more about forgiving yourself, which is obviously a fantastic thing to do as well. And a lot of that comes from us feeling like we're unlovable, which is the book talks about a lot. So there's a lot of information on that. And it comes from this bad programming we've had in the past, and incidences where people have shown us things or told us things that have made us feel like we're not good enough, or we haven't achieved enough, or we're not doing things in the right way, or we're not impressing people in the right way. And that all comes down to all these shoulds that get piled upon the top of us. So you should be this way, you should act this way, you should do this, you should do that, which of course is not you. And that's why a lot of us think that we're broken and we need fixing. And a lot of people will say, you don't need fixing, you're not broken. And this is true. However, it doesn't feel that way. And this is why I always had a bit of a problem with people who said that. Because it always feels like, yeah, I am a bit broken and I do need a bit of fixing because there's something wrong. And the thing is, the thing that's wrong is not actually you, not the soul, the deep soul of you. If you think back to when you were a child and you didn't really care about anybody else's opinion, you just did things that you enjoyed and you loved. And this is why I love watching my friend's daughter Molly, because she just doesn't care. She was a photograph of her the other day, she's doing blowing raspberries, and I said she's going to love that when she's a teenager watching that video, isn't she? I think she's about 1.5 now, 18 months or something. But she doesn't care. She's just having fun and just enjoying it. But then over time, we learn all this programming from society. You're not allowed to walk here, you're not allowed to do here, you're not allowed to talk to strangers, you're not allowed to walk in the park, you're not allowed to eat this, you should eat that, you shouldn't. All this stuff comes from other people telling us what we should and shouldn't do. Now, within reason, there are some good rules around that. But the problem is, of course, is that we're not really being true to ourselves. And all these shoulds that kind of crinkle up on top of us, they become our outside kind of field. They become the mask in front of us, and this creates this messy image of ourselves, kind of crinkly, messy, kind of horrible thing, which means that when we start looking in the mirror, we see all this crinkly, I'm not achieving enough, I'm not doing enough stuff, and we see this unlovable person in the mirror, which is why a lot of people, when they look in the mirror, find it really, really hard to say, I love you, John. I'm looking at myself right now, I love you, John. It's taken me a long time to get there. There's a very good film called Angel A. It's a French film, black and white, but there's a great moment in that movie when the angel, or the Angel A, takes the guy to a mirror in a public bathroom and says, "What do you see?" And and he goes this whole thing, and eventually she tries to get him to say, "I love you" to himself, and it's a beautiful, beautiful image. If I remember, I will put it in a link in the description. Or in the comments, actually, and probably in the comments is probably the best place to put it. But yeah, it's the same sort of thing. It's that we see this kind of horrible, kind of gnarly, kind of, obviously not visually, but kind of in our soul, that we become unlovable. And we need to forgive ourselves for all the things that have happened in the past. And we can start again today. We can start a new journey today, and we can create a new future. This is what I was talking about yesterday, which was about creating a new, rebranding yourself. You have to be ready to let go of the old you, of all the old stories that you had, all the past traumas, and start again and become a new person, create a new future for yourself. You need to start a new journey. You need to go on that Camino journey, and you start taking that one pace. Every journey starts with a single step. Whatever it is, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. And then you can start looking at the journey, the destination that you're going to be going towards. Because once you set the goal, and this is the Matthew McConaughey bit, which he talked about yesterday as well, which was set the destination, then have fun along the way. But in the Blinkist book of the day today, they talk about how they got a set of psychology students, and they split them into 3 groups, and they said one did visualization, one did, hello Anne, I think that was you, Anne, wasn't it? Flautist. One did no visualization, one visualized getting a good grade, and one visualized studying hard to get a good grade. And the group who visualized studying hard to get a good grade made the most progress. And the conclusion was that it was because they were studying the journey, they were visualizing the journey and all the work that needed to be done. Whereas the people who visualized getting a good grade kind of felt like they didn't have to do any work because they were going to get a good grade anyway. And so they just kind of assumed they were going to get a good grade, and then they didn't do as much work along the way. Whereas if you visualize the journey and all the steps along the way, and do the little bits and pieces along the way, then you'll have a much better result at the end, and you'll have a much more successful route to the journey at the end. Same thing with the Camino. When I did my Camino walk, it's the same thing. You have to learn to enjoy every single day. You have to enjoy your little coffees you have with people, the meeting the new people, the new place you're staying in, the Spanish people you're meeting in the albergues every evening, and not just visualizing walking into the cathedral at the end in Santiago, because otherwise you're missing out on the 40 odd days of walking before you get to the destination. The destination wasn't, as it turned out, when I got to Santiago, it was all in scaffolding, and you couldn't even do the thing that I visualized from the movie, walking up to the statue and putting your hands on the statue and everything. I couldn't even do that at the end of my journey because it was in scaffolding. maybe one day, hopefully, I'll be able to do that, recreate that little scene. It'd be fantastic. But the point was, you have to enjoy the journey. Otherwise, what are you doing on the journey? You're just wasting your time. You're wasting your life on the journey. Why not enjoy your journey and enjoy your life on the way, which is the Matthew McConaughey bit. Brendon Buchard, just a little quick thing as well here, because to help you move on from the trauma of your past, all the negative stuff from your past, Brendon Buchard was saying this in his top 10, which is stop being trapped by that past, stop being held back by that past stuff. Get some help, get somebody to help you to move forward and find out and overcome those traumas. And by the way, that's me. If you want some help overcoming your past traumas, get in touch. I'm a very lovely person, and no judgments here, only love, that's all I want to do, as I want to help you love yourself, and give you love and show you love and all that kind of stuff. So we need to enjoy the journey on the way. We need to love ourselves. We need to forget about the past traumas. We need to take down all this negative shoulds in front of us and start choosing what we want to do with our lives. We're going to choose what we love and choose what we enjoy doing, and make sure that we do that every single day, and get rid of the guilt and the fear and the judgment, which is what leads to us feeling like there's something wrong with us. I'm guilty. I'm fearful of the future. I'm judging myself from doing these certain things, and that makes me feel like there's something wrong with me. But no, drop all that negativity and love yourself. Love the real you underneath the shades, underneath the gnarly, negative kind of thing. I'm doing this for the Instagram when I do a still from the video. Anyway, cool. That's all from me, I think, for now. Just one more thing, actually. Two other things actually came out of the Evan Carmicheal thing, which is be proud of what you do today. So it's the same sort of thing. It's about enjoying the journey, about doing the work that you do. What's the work that you're doing today? And it's obviously a stepping stone towards the goal you want to go and achieve. But be proud of what you've done today. Don't just think about what you're going to do tomorrow or what you're going to do in the future. Love what you're doing today and be proud of what you're doing today. Enjoy the journey, enjoy the day, have fun with today. Make sure it's things that you enjoy doing and not just things you're just doing for the sake of doing things. And the final thing, back to self-confidence thing again. Self-confidence comes from, and somebody pointed this out to me a couple of weeks ago now, I think, that confidence has the word confide in it. And what do we do when we confide in somebody? We trust them. And so if you want to build up your self-confidence, you need to build up your self-trust. And self-trust comes from keeping your own promises to yourself. So you make a promise, you're going to do something, you achieve a goal, you keep that promise to yourself, you build your self-confidence. So make yourself a little goal, something that you think is achievable, and then achieve it, and prove to yourself that you can set a goal that's achievable and then achieve it. So forget about this. I mean, okay, so this sort of like far out big goals and stuff are fantastic, but just doing tiny little goals, especially if you're struggling with depression or anxiety and so forth, little tiny goals that you feel like you could achieve, that maybe pushing yourself just a tiny little bit. But then just prove to yourself that you can do it. So getting out for a run. I don't love coming out for a run, but I do love doing these videos with you guys. It's not the fact that I don't love the run, I love the run. But it's the getting up in the morning bit before I come to the run. It's just like the getting out of bed bit is always a real pain for me. It's real effort for me. But then I get out here and enjoy it, and I love this video stuff, and so it's all good stuff. Anyway, that's all my done for today. I somehow always manage to make it 15 minutes. It's really annoying. I'm trying to make it 10 minutes and just can't seem to do it. Anyway, love you all. Take care of yourself. I can't see who's viewing you, but I love you whoever you are. Take care of yourself. Have a lovely day. Wednesday. I'm off to get my vaccination today. So there's a fun day for you. Off to Cheltenham to have my vaccination done. Take care, everybody. Love you all. Take care. Bye for now. I said take care too many times there, didn't I?